If you've been wondering how to optimize an ad on AMS for your campaigns, this lesson will be perfect for you. Hi, my name is Romney, and thank you very much for joining me again on my YouTube channel. Part of the channel, or all about the channel, is to try and help you to create, scale, and really accelerate your self-publishing business, because I want to help you from the experience that I've had to be able to scale your self-publishing so you can generate more sales and therefore more passive income. This lesson will be about was part B of my Amazon ads ACOS improvement or optimization, and this lesson will be about the techniques and the steps that I do in regards to reducing my ACOS and my spend by optimizing what's working well and getting rid of what's not working so well. So make sure that if you like these videos, you give me a thumbs up, you subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware of more videos that I'm creating. So let me jump on to my computer and let's run through the tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, trying to optimize your Amazon ad campaigns has its own unique set of challenges, because it depends on how long your campaign's been running for. Is it a new campaign? Has it had some time to gather data? So the 3 steps I'm going to go through are the steps that I take to typically try and optimize my campaign. And it'll be important for you to watch the entirety of this lesson, because I'm actually going to go into one of my campaigns, a live campaign, and I'm going to try and optimize it. And I don't think I've actually seen any of these videos before where someone's actually gone into their own campaign and shown pretty much an audience how they actually do it. You can see sort of test dummy ones where they've got a fake campaign and they're sort of showing it, but to actually show you a live campaign is something that's quite unique. And I want to try and show you, it won't be like a big campaign, but it'll be something which you can actually have a look at to see the steps that I do. So let's go on to the first point. I mentioned this in part 1, so this is part 2. If you haven't seen video part 1, I highly recommend you go back to that, about the 5 key reasons why your ACOS might be increasing or blowing up. Please watch that video, because that leads on to this video and about the steps to actually optimizing your campaigns. So I'm going to show you one of my Canadian campaigns, and I've chosen this just because it's one that I've set up probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, and it's ready sort of to be further optimized, and it's a good sort of way to do it. Now, my background, if you didn't see part 1, was the key for ACOS is to get as low as you can, and at the moment, sort of the lifetime of this sort of my campaigns has been around about 20%. Ideally, it'd be nice to get it much lower than that, but at least I'm not losing money. Probably not gaining a lot of money from it, but the idea is that you're investing into your campaigns to rank your books better, to be seen by customers, to get more reviews. So yes, you do need to invest into campaigns to try and get that traction. So that's a bit of my history about where I'm currently at, which is pretty good, but I know I can continue to do better, much better. So please, as I mentioned, watch this video first about lowering your ACOS, because I show you different things that might be impacting your ACOS before you start to actually optimize it as well. So let's jump onto this live campaign now, and I'm going to go through the book and show you what I've done to actually optimize, or what I'm going to do to optimize this particular campaign. But actually, before we do that, I forgot to actually highlight something critical, which we need to talk about. So I call it my rosebush technique, and I've coined this term just because I find it's like pruning a rosebush, where you've got to make sure you look after, you fertilize the rosebush, you trim off anything that's dying off or not working, and you step back and admire the beauty of the rose bush as well and let it grow. So let's have a look at the 3 key things that we do as part of the rose bush technique that I utilize. So our goal is to trim, fertilize and maintain our campaigns, and that's why I call it the rose bush method. So number 1, we're trimming. We're going to trim that rose bush, so we're going to pause and eliminate unprofitable keywords. So what's dying off, what's not working well, what things can we do to get rid of that's going to make things healthier. Fertilize, so we're going to try and make it grow. We're allowing good keywords to grow even more. What keywords are currently working, what are customers sort of looking for, and what can we do to make that even better. And number 3, we're going to maintain it. We can't just let that plant go by itself and expect to have beautiful flowers. We need to monitor it every 2 or 3 days. You wouldn't do that with a rose bush, but with our campaigns, it's important to be on top of things so that spend doesn't get out of control. So we're going to keep the bugs away. We're going to make sure that that's all what we want to do. So now let's jump into this campaign and let me try and optimize it and show you some of the techniques that I use. So what we're on now, we're on the platform of my Canadian AMS. So we would go to our campaigns and go through the process of finding the campaign that we actually want to optimize. So we'll just wait for this to load up. And as you can see, we're going to have a look at these 3 campaigns just here. Although there's not much I can do in this middle one with the automatic campaign, but I want to go into, so it's a dinosaur composition notebook. So I've set up a broad and phrase term campaign. So I've just set a daily budget of 6, started on the 19th of August. It's got 11 clicks, spent $1.58, 2 orders, and $27 of sales, and an ACOS of 5.65. This campaign's had 17. So this one is a category and ASIN target campaign. It's got 17 clicks, spent $2.94, 2 orders as well, $20.97 and $14 14% ACOS. So with this one, they've got 2 orders, but they must have ordered 3 for some reason. So it's not saying more orders, it's saying that amount. So let's go into this campaign here, and we're going to see what people are clicking or what customers are searching for, and how our what the process is that I would utilize. Again, it hasn't had a huge amount of data, but at least it'll actually show you some techniques that I use and the steps that I take each time I come into a campaign and try and optimize the campaigns. Okay, so it's just had the 1 order in this place here. But what we do, so once we've got this all set up here, we then go down and we click on the ag group, and then this will start to load up the information that we require as part of this campaign. We go to, so the first step we need to do is go to targeting. This actually shows us what keywords we have and what we're targeting at this point in time. So you can actually see these are the clicks. So people clicking on it and someone's bought it, and then they clicked on it as well. So let's go down here. So I've got a bid of 20 cents. So the phrase of journal notebook, there were 3 clicks and 1 person purchased. Primary composition notebook, 20, this is broad, 20-cent bid, 2 clicks, and that. So at the moment we're thinking, okay, these 2 are converted. So I would increase the click rate by 5 cents, and I would save it, because I know that those 2, a phrase journal notebook and a broad primary composition notebook, must be grades K to 2, are profitable for me, but I want to increase the impression rate. So I don't know why that needs to go up to 25. I must have increased the wrong one, but that's okay, I can leave that there. And the next thing we need to do, so we found out what profitable words. Now we go back up here and we go to what we called our search terms. So search terms are what customers are actually looking for. We might have a broad term of composition notebook, but that is trying to match us up with a whole heap of different things. But the broad, so that what we need to do is go dig a bit deeper and find out. So the customer, when they purchase the book, so what we do, we click on orders. We might have to click on it twice until it comes up the top. The customer was actually looking for primary composition notebook KD2 and story journal notebook for grade school. That's what they actually typed in their search term into the Amazon search box. Although our keyword was a phrase of journal notebook. So phrase, that's picked up that one. So we can actually see. So we now need to add these as keywords. So we click here, add as keywords, and we're going to go exact because that's exactly what the customer is searching for. So we click those off, and the bid, look, you can set it. You can either set a custom bid or a default bid. I'm going to go a custom bid, and I'm going to go 27 cents. Or maybe even 25. We'll go 25. Okay, so we've added those two keywords in there because we know at this point in time they're quite profitable keywords at 1% ACOS and 6% ACOS, and we want to increase the impressions as well. So we really need to sort of increase that more. The next thing we need to do is, if there were any of these keywords which were blowing up, we would negatively target them. But that might be for another time. Just say we had composition storybooks which had 8 clicks and no purchases, we will put that in negative targeting. Now, if we went back to targeting and we noticed that there was a keyword that had, say, more than 5 or 6 clicks with no sale, you would then consider what you need to do. So this is part of that pausing or trimming aspect. If Journal Notebook had, for me, I paused at around about 7 or 8 clicks and no conversions. It means that customers are clicking on it, but for some reason it's not converting. If it had, say, 6 or maybe 7 or 8 clicks and no conversions, I would kill that keyword or pause it because I don't want to be spending any more money. In this instance, it's had 3 clicks and a buy, so it's a profitable keyword, so I'll keep it going. So let's go to another campaign and let's see what that other one is doing and if we can optimize that one. Again, it doesn't have a huge amount of data, but at least you're seeing the process where I look at the targeting keywords first, see what's profitable, then we go to search terms, find out what customers are looking for, and if there are profitable keywords, we then add them as exact keywords into that campaign. Now, you could extract those keywords and put them in a separate campaign as like a scale-up campaign. That's fine. It just seems to work for me to keep them in the one campaign. I can keep control of it. If it's working, I just keep them there. So the next thing we wanted to do was we just go filter by active status, and we need to go enabled. So all the enabled campaigns during the current period of time. That's another thing you need to do. So we were going to look at this one just here. So this is our cat and ASIN. So our category and our ASIN campaign. So we're now going into this campaign and we want to find out again if our target keywords are converting, if there's any that are overspending, if there's any that we need to pause, trim, what can we increase the bid on to make it work even more and fertilize. So let's have a look at this campaign right here now. So it had a sale fairly early on, another one. It spent $2, sales 20, ACOS 14, 2 orders. So again, we go down to here and we click on the actual ad group, which is this here. This will bring up the details of the book that we're targeting. So just wait for it to load up. I'm sorry about the delay, it's a little bit slow. And I just name it so I can remember. So CAT and ASIN means category and ASIN target campaign. So this brings up the information. First step, again, we go to targeting. What are those keywords we're targeting and how are they actually performing? So we're going into this now. You can see this, the blue line is the spend line. The orange line is the actual sales. So we go down here and we can see that this book just here. So we click on orders, click on it twice. And we need to find out how these, so that's 6, so it's at 21 cents a bid. Given it's a low ACOS, I want to rank higher with that keyword. So I'll go to 25. This one's had one sale with a 2%. So let's go to at 28 or 29. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be spending 28 cents a bid. It just means that I've got a better chance of ranking higher than other people that are bidding because I know that that's a profitable keyword at this point in time. Now, we can see this is 17 clicks. Are there any keywords that have had more than, say, 7 or 8 clicks and no conversions? Let's identify those if they are, and we would pause them. So this one has 7 clicks, no conversions, has spent $1.37. So look, I could leave it, but for this demonstration purpose, I'm going to go, do you know what? I'm going to pause it. So I would pause at that book that I'm targeting there, and Amazon will no longer target that book, and I won't be spending any more money on that actual book that I'm targeting. This one is going fine. 3 clicks, I'm leaving that because it's hasn't done enough, but I probably would increase the click a little, the cost per click a little bit more. Now the next thing, remember, what we need to do is find out what customers are actually searching for. They might be searching for the exact book. We don't know. But let's have a look. So we go to orders. Let's see if we're targeting it already. And we are. So product target, it's already targeting that book. And it's like a second version. It's exactly the same version. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's because it was under the category of children's books on dinosaurs. So someone's also clicked on that and purchased it. So that book seems to be one that I really need to target because it's actually got both of my sales so far. And 28 cents, I'm in the category children's books on dinosaurs. There's clicks here. So that's this book here. We've had 7 clicks and we spent but no conversion. So we want to negatively target this book. So we click there and we go add as a negative product target, meaning it won't chase after that book anymore to get any conversions. But given that this book has had 2 conversions, I'm going to go back. So it ends in 381. And I would go back to this book, 381. This one here has given me both my sales, even though it has the children's books there. I'm actually going to increase that a little bit more because there's a good chance I can convert even more on that particular book. So that's a good way of being able to have a look at optimizing. So remember the steps. Firstly, go to targeting. Then once you've identified the keywords that you're targeting and if there's any need to pause, do that. Then go to search terms, find out what the customer is searching for, and if there's any profitable ones, add them as a keyword, as an exact. If customers are searching for a keyword that's not performing well, we'll add it as a negative. So you can either copy that keyword and paste it into negative targeting. Therefore, Amazon won't target that word anymore, or that keyword, or that book, or that category. So there you have a quick way of being able to look at the ways that I optimize my account. Now, as I said, it's not a big campaign at this point in time. It's only been going for a couple of weeks. Yes, I would like to perform better, but to be honest, I've actually been holding off optimizing this to be able to show you how I do it. So I've actually let it go for a little bit longer than I normally would, but I wanted to hold this campaign or these 2 campaigns for you to show you the process I go with. And hopefully next time, as this book gets sells more, I can go back and optimize it even more and show you those steps of how I'm doing so you can actually track the progress of it. So Thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you've liked this video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're made aware of more videos I'm creating, because I really want to help you to create scale and really sell more books with your self-publishing. So until the next video, I'll see you then.